Okay, I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi. It's my YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi. These are my reading notes from 10 January 2024, which is today, Wednesday, 10 January 2024. This is pages 1 through 5 of The Race of the Century by Neal Bascomb, and specifically The Race of the Century, The Battle to Break the 4-Minute Mile. And I have previously introduced this book to my to-read list, so I'll link that in the video description, the video where I announced this, and that was filmed and published that same day on Thursday, 21 December 2023. And so I brought up previously these reading book/reading notes videos, the approach of a pages per video, and which means I could do more than one video per day, and a pages per day approach. I've already done the pages per video approach twice, 2 videos, to kind of put feelers out. So I was like, all right, I finished a book yesterday, put a video out on that one, and I'll put links to the playlist that contains the book/reading notes in the video description, as well as Lucky Wallaby Courier and movie and book lists, because this one was on a list. This notes video goes in there, though in the future that might change if I did like a whole book at 5 pages a day. I did 5 pages a day, might not be a whole lot, but I wanted to test it out. I've done 60 pages per video, and so it's kind of sometimes if a book is got a lot of content, 5 pages might be right. If I don't have a lot of time, 5 pages might be kind of right. So there we go. So for this book, in these first 5 pages, I count the paginated pages. So chapter 1 starts on page 1. There is a prologue that is not numbered. So I did not count that as the pages read today. Okay. And yeah, so it's pages 1 through 5, and page 5 ended mid-sentence. So I'm going to provide my notes on what I've read thus far. It is introducing a runner named Roger Bannister, and along with kind of some context for him and leading up to competition at the Olympic Games in Helsinki. It does not actually, in these first 5 pages, say what year the Helsinki Olympics they're referring to, and it also does not say where Helsinki is located. 2 things that was Helsinki, Finland? But no, I don't know what year this Olympic Games would be, so I'm hoping that in the next few pages they get around to that. They do allude to it being after World War II, but then they bring up 1946, 1947, 1952, so it does not, that's right, what, 6-year period? It does not make clear. It's trying to provide some context of, so Roger Bannister is English, and because their land is in ruins, England, and Great Britain more specifically, after World War II, they're not like the fancy pants Americans, okay, who were like, didn't even have to fight World War II on their soil, okay? They were pummeled by World War II, and so it kind of is reflected in the sports culture and about how Great Britain places at international competitions. To put it that way, as per the author Neal Bascomb was introducing, Great Britain's known as the losers. Okay, they might have won at the war, but they lose in sports. Okay. So yeah, and so so there's context in these first 5 pages, and that's the context so far. And then there's also, I am a runner, so I thought this one was interesting, and curiosity if it's true to these days. So the author is talking about Roger Bannister and providing 1,500 meter preparing for the 1,500 meter run at the Olympic Games. in Helsinki. Don't know what edition. And it does not specify. And it says that Roger Bannister ran 3/4 of a mile in 2 minutes and 52.9 seconds, which was like way faster than the world record. Like 3 or more seconds faster than the world record in that. And so it's good to know that subsections of a mile world records were tracked at least at that point in time. But the author says that it was Roger Bannister's confidence building run before competition, right? Because it was not raced at the Olympic Games, you could run this race before this Olympic Games race to build confidence, right? He wanted to see a fast time, but it's not the race that's being run. So I'm guessing, the author doesn't actually say it, but as a runner, filling in some context, like it'd be nice to just know, okay, how in shape of mind can I do this without thinking about the race I'm about to run, right? Just a quality check without invoking all the hoopla and pizzazz and drama of like the Olympic Games race. And so I thought that was smart to have a race that's not actually run at the competitions one's competing at, as like, how am I doing? So I thought that was, from the running perspective, of the running, I guess my note on the running of Roger Bannister is, it's a good idea, from my perspective, right? To have something that's not the race that's being competed. And then I guess my last comment or note from this reading is, of these 5 pages, is I wonder if that's why the 1 mile run is not contested at the Olympic Games. No, they deliberately do it so that the runners have something they can run as preparation and without getting too burned out mentally of just thinking about like the dynamics of the performance of the Olympic Games race. So not necessarily a superiority complex, which it might be as well, but kind of a like, gotta give the runners some room to breathe and make sure they're doing okay. So kind of like a mental health thing. I don't know, but I did get that, me thinking about that. I'll put the ISBN in the video description. This is the March 2022 first edition. So this is came out, it's January 2024 and this came out in March 2022. So per my reading habits currently, it's pretty recent. The full name, The Race of the Century, The Battle to Break the 4-Minute Mile by Neal Bascomb. And the publisher is Scholastic Focus. So there we go. In conclusion, I am attempting a pages per day video. Haha. So there we go. I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi. This is my YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi. Thank you for viewing.